happens when a journaler sets out to write a book. It's supposed to be full of anything, not only accurate documentation, not only emotional venting. Inevitably, it is the same dribbling, just the names are changed to mask the embarrassed, and the forms are changed to cover the emotionally illegal. In a journal, it's about you, and people you know, and who other people know you know. In writing, they can all be true. At least my hand is moving. Does that count as exercise? Your lover is writing you. Your lover is writing you now. Your lover is writing you again. I want there to be a way for us to be together that works for both of us. Maybe that means not thinking about you so I won't be so attached. Maybe it means thinking of you so you will feel it and know you are still loved. You kept asking me if I loved you, but you wouldn't say you loved me. Straight out of a Paul Simon song. I see it now. Saying it isn't your style, but you still want to be told. Where does a girl find a manager in this town? Someone who will handle the business, the engagements, the searching, the appointments. On stage, no wonder. That's where I get the most reward for being myself. Can't I just live there or something? Really, the whole thing leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Do I want to have to work forever? That's what it is, to choose love over being loved. Why do I want people I despise to admire me? I did have to start this twice because, as it turns out, my new phone has less storage space, so the first couple of pages aren't quite as spontaneous because I just read them a couple minutes ago. It'll get spontaneous again in a moment. This is a book. Who would take away a person's right to dance naked in the rain? Women give and men take. Men give and women take in. Who is it that is good at decisions? I'm good at decisions. They just usually don't last long. I'm in the habit of thinking I need someone to take care of me, that I need to be taken care of. It's easy to decide, every second a decision. It's just that, every second. Any second, a different decision too. Who wants to work that hard? I need something and I'm calling it you. The rest is up to you. The rest may be up to you. It's up to you to give it a rest and to tell me to too. Hyperlexia, hypergraphia, hyperlexic, hypergraphic, turn. The story of the Vivian girl's longest novel. Graphomania, lexomaniac, sexy lexomaniac. Echolalia, echopraxia, vocalizations, movements. Coprographia, involuntary, vulgar writing and drawing. We shared. Whether or not it was wise, I shared things with you that I will never get back. And you have with me also. No matter what now, we are part of each other. We have parts of each other. To go separately away now is a greater loss than it would be if we could go back in time and choose never to cross paths at all. I say, we don't cut those losses, but that we keep each other in the margins. I still want you to call on me. I still want to learn perspective. I thought I was being helpful by correcting your speech. Maybe that's why you started to speak less and less. It was loneliness that drove me to look for you again after we'd been home from choir tour for 2 weeks. Sheer loneliness, since C wasn't talking to me then. I had figured I had had enough when you sent me that bitter message while we were on tour. You were mad because you wanted to spend more time with me, and I was thinking about other things and other people. That is the secret, my non-secret only way to keep from one obsession. More obsessions? Or at least true division of mind, distractions or work which makes you into the distraction. Dare I imagine what you would say to me if it was put in words? No, let me stop you. For the kind of submission and acceptance you want, I told you you can't afford it. Don't tell me I have to pay half of the dollars when the dues are already so deep. Or is it so steep? How can I have you for a friend? How can I keep you? Each other's outskirts. This is my way of keeping you in this moment, listening and weighing so carefully whether to contact you and when. But it hurts. Is it because I am like a small child, selfish and demanding? Where is the line that distinguishes my demands from your distance? Why must I want you so severely? Ways to get out of the house: bike ride, roller skate, walk, library, bike to library, codependent meetings, friends meetings. Ways to kick depression: bike ride, roller skate, walk, library, bike to library, tap dance, play ukulele, play piano, practice vocal recital repertoire, lift weights, exercise videos, jump up and down, garden, paint something, call on the phone. Apparently, this book is a catch-all. I want to publish a book, and this is how I'm going about it in this moment. Serious, culling, reality, valve, space, freedom, value, space, freedom. Whenever a couple is created, the individuals are mutated. I gave you pieces of me that I'll never get back, and I'd like to visit them now and again. And I've got pieces of you in me that I don't understand, so when you visit me, I can understand myself better. Yet another dream about him that felt like being with him in annoying ways. Saw him, we were talking, then we were departing, so I figured we'd go together. I followed him in my car, he was going home. But he pulled ahead of me, and I couldn't keep up. Then I think I saw him go in his house and close the door behind him, so I followed and knocked on the door. Eventually there was an answer, and I was told he had moved. So I went around looking for his place. Then later I saw him and noticed he was pudgy when I went to hug him. That's pretty hysterical. He was pudgy. I hope you got fat. So, more dreams of chasing him, and now that I think of it, it means more dreams where I chase him, he eludes me, and then he shows up later, just like being with him. I wrote him a long email. Actually, I went to bed around 4 or something, and then got up at 6 something, feeling the urge to tell him some things. Then by the time I sent the email, it was 8 something. 2-hour writing. The atmosphere changes, and I go by the atmosphere. Sometimes the atmosphere feels like we are separate, and then sometimes it feels like he is receptive to hearing from me, and then there's an urgency to jump on the moment. I had been thinking so much, playing back my memories to discover insight. Where did I go wrong, or how did our dynamics develop? Who started what? Where did the competitive thing come from? What can I learn about myself? To make a long story short, I came to see that though he belittled me and shot me down at a certain point, I did it to him first. I had wanted to avoid putting all the blame on him and focusing on things about him that I don't like. I want to take responsibility for my part. I actually feel quite accomplished in this thinking. Strangely enough, at the same time as I feel convicted and guilty for not treating him very well, it also gives me comfort that I did it first. It makes him an injured party. So you always love the one you've hurt? What is that about? It is such a striking dynamic, and I feel stricken. Anything two people do when they're in love is normal. Art lets me shirk responsibility. It's the muse, Your Honor. When did the world get so psychic, or was it just me? Talk. Beautiful girls get more bang for their buck. Tall, beautiful girls get more bang for their buck. When did I get so cruel, or was it just the world? Why did I think it was cute when that boy got mad and pounded the table when I didn't come in after he counted us off? Blonde androgynous dentist at 2 o'clock. Don't look now. Things to do besides smoke. Drive to the beach, paint on acrylics, paint on wood, write letters. Coffee shop, cook something, plant seeds, plein air sketching and painting, lift weights, choreograph a tap dance, write my book, turn tricks. You weed the garden instead. Ways to give yourself the world. Leave all your doors unlocked. Go for a walk and keep walking. Stick by any man who comes to you. Go live in the forest. Go door to door and meet all your neighbors. Get pregnant. Give away possessions. Buy a one-way ticket to Europe or somewhere. Cease cell phone use. Do business only by mail. Cease automobile use. Cease purchasing food. Go train hopping. Asceticism. Abstain from broadcast materials. Abstain from recorded materials.